Linda Barcz is on the phone and will be answering your plant and garden questions at 270-9933. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm good.
All right. We got lots of calls, so let's get started. We'll start with Judy from Rock Springs. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Linda. I'm just wondering, when do I take my mulch off of my garlic that I planted last fall?
Okay. The mulch, well, the garlic is not that sensitive. You could probably remove that at this point. Other plants that are a little bit more sensitive, we're probably past any really terribly cold weather. But if you have certain perennials that are a little bit more sensitive, I might delay a little bit just because we still might get a little bit of snow yet. But in the next couple of weeks, when we start to warm up here, where we are having temperatures in the 50s during the day, then you've got to pay attention so that if things start to grow, you pull the mulch away so they start to get exposed to light and get turn nice and green rather than get long and stringy.
All right. Let's go to Bonnie now. Hi, Bonnie. What's your question?
I have quite a few bridal wreaths, or spirea. Anyway, they're old and they're straggly, and I want to cut them back.
Okay.
One would be, I called in the fall, and you said, no, wait till the spring. Okay, I'm wondering when to do it.
Well, they have not leafed out yet. This is the perfect time to do it. We've got cool weather that's going to be good to work in, and as long as those bridal wreaths are out in sun, if they're in a shady location, then they are not going to respond to this renewal pruning where you cut big old sections down to the ground. But if they do have some sun, then you can take out the old parts, and sometimes they're so tangled in such a mess, you have to take them all the way down to the ground, and if there is enough of a reserve, they're going to regrow, and basically you're starting out with new plants. They won't flower for a few years, but you'll have bridal wreath in probably 3 or 4 seasons. You'll see flowers again.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go to Jeff now from Columbus. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to know, when can I bring out my geraniums that I saved from last year? Because they were very nice last year, so I wanted to save them. Mm-hmm. And how far back should I take the plants? Do I just knock off last year's growth, or do I chop the stalk off towards the base?
No, I wouldn't take it all the way down to the base. Those geraniums, it's far too cold for them to go out. If you have the time that you can do this, if you can start to acclimate them when we have these nice, warm, sunny days, but then where it's going to get too cold at night, bring them back in. Otherwise, if you want to wait until you want to move them outside one time, then you're probably going to be waiting till May. But you're going to have to pay attention, because sometimes, we typically can have a frost up until the middle of May. So this is too early to set them out. And pruning them back, I would take them back to where they have some thicker looking stems. Get rid of all that thin, straggly stuff. Unless you had some really good lights that they were growing under, they're going to start to have some weak looking stuff that you want to prune off when you move them outside.
Okay. Let's go to John in Monona. Hi, John.
Yes, thank you, Mark, and thank you, Linda, for taking my call. I have 30 amaryllis bulbs that are each in their own pots, and I have them in black trays into which I can put water, which I do put water in, and so forth. I planted them on March 3rd, and they've been indoors in the east window, getting sun in the morning and so forth. My question is there anything I can do to promote or encourage the bulbs to produce blossom stems, which eventually would yield, would turn into a blossom and so forth?
All right. Linda, quickly.
You can't do much more now. It depends upon how you grew them since last season. So if they're too small, you're just going to get leaves. If they just have leaves, fertilize, and wait for flowers for next year.
All right. We're out of time, Linda. Thanks for taking time to be with us. We can't take your calls off the air, so we'll do this next week as well.